Gorgeous to see you. Looking wonderful in
Great
lemon.
to see you. Great to see you. So take us through what's going to happen, because we all know. I heard a helicopter outside just a moment ago, and I thought, oh, maybe this is it.
I think everybody's
It's going to
doing
start
that, yeah.
something along those lines, right?
Every time. I mean, we're right slap bang in the centre of London here,
right.
and you know the heart of everything that goes off. And every helicopter, people are saying, "Oh, is this it? Is this
right.
it?" What you've just shown there is outside the hospital is an amazing thing, really, because when you go down there, it's chock-a-block with media. Everybody just stood around. Nobody knows actually the next move. What we do know is the moment the Duchess is wheeled into hospital, that's when it really starts to kick in with royal protocol. What happens is the moment she gives birth to whoever that may be, a boy or a girl, then there is a piece of white paper, it's very traditional, and it comes out of the hospital door and is given to a waiting car. That's sped along to Buckingham Palace. The Queen is then informed, and then the rest of the world, including you, will know all of that.
And I understand that that car will be followed by a helicopter, a Sky that will be sort of watching it go through the streets, kind of what we would call O.J. Simpson style, as it goes to make this big announcement when we'll find out what the sex is. But nobody can know anything until the Queen has been officially informed.
Well, interesting point you made, because William and Catherine wanted to do, if you read everything in the papers and believe it, they wanted to do the modern way and be able to tell their friends first. You know, she is the reigning monarch. She rules everything, and there's no way you can get around royal protocol. So it's not only just courtesy and manners, it is royal protocol. So she will be the very first person to know. I mean, she can then ring round people, obviously, you know, family and friends, but they will want to do it also as well. So I think the second people will be, of course, Carol, you know, the Middleton family.
Carol and Michael Middleton. Yeah. So in terms of the name, we know that in the past we haven't heard the name for sometimes up until a week after. Is that tradition to sort of have the baby and then to make a second round of announcements when the name is decided?
Absolutely. That goes way back centuries and centuries. And what's interesting, as a mom yourself, you know, I think you've probably sat down and went through all sorts of names and things. The royal family do the same thing, but they have a pool of names that they pick on. I remember when William and Harry were born, everybody thought that William was a rather old-fashioned name. But, you know, it's not, because we'd had a King William a couple of centuries previous. They all just recycled the names. And I'm thinking about a George, I'm thinking about a David, for boys, and maybe
really David Beckham offered up his name. He thought his name would be a good one too. I didn't think that would be in the realm of possibility.
What about Victoria though, for a girl?
Yes.
I mean, you know, Queen Victoria is still so iconic here in London and around the world. I wouldn't be surprised, and it's kind of back in vogue a little bit now.
I wonder if she's not too iconic. You know, if a young bride doesn't say, I don't know if I want to, but we're going to take a quick break. We're going to hold you over because we have a lot more that we're going to talk about with Neil Sean, a lot of royal intrigue here, and we will be right back. This baby is, you know, half commoner, right? I mean, this is a new situation. You've got Carol Middleton and her husband Michael, who are these commoner grandparents to the future heir to the throne. How does that go over around here? Is it a good thing?
Yeah, it's a really valid point, that, Martha, because when we saw Wimbledon recently, I find it must be very strange for the Middletons, because there they are sat at the Coronation Jubilee concert, you know, a couple of nights ago. They're sat right behind these very iconic royals. And, you know, a few years ago, they would never have dreamt they'd have been in this position. So I always think they handle it incredibly well. I think Carol Middleton is a very driven, very clever lady, and I don't think she'd ever be pushed out to the sides. I think maybe the problem, if you're looking at the Middletons as a family, will come through Pippa's quest for fame.
Well, okay, that's a whole other topic that we'll get into another time. But in terms of the name, will there be a nod to the Middleton side of the family in this child's name? You know,
really, you can only speculate on that. I wouldn't assume so. When you look back to, of course, you know, the Queen's mother, who was known, of course, in England as the Queen Mother, you know, when she married, she was not that much of a commoner, but a little bit of a commoner. When she married into the family, you kind of relinquish a lot of what you want to do and maybe what you want to say. So we don't know the finer points. It is almost like a contract. That's why they call it the firm.
So you would not expect that there might be a, you know, Victoria, Mary, Elizabeth, Middleton, you know, where you could toss in a family name there as part of it?
No, I don't see that at all. I think it'd be very much, you know, a lot hinges on this child. And as you say, probably, you know, the most famous baby in the world, because obviously that is the next in line. You know, they're always looking at lineage, and you have to think about that. And so obviously you can't give it a name that's going to be
And this
ridiculed.
is a very traditional couple.
Very traditional.
And we expect that will be handled traditionally as well. Neil, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
We'll be seeing you throughout the course of this week, and we're waiting for some news, right?
Yes, we are.
To come in at any point. There they are, the happy couple there. So we will take a quick break here in London, and we will be right back after this.